Hello, Moonbeams, and welcome back to the podcast. This is the Mystic Moon School with Donna Cass, and we are here today to discuss the Sagittarius full moon. How have you been feeling? How have you been feeling the past couple days? Because it's been big, it's been intense, and it's been, how shall I say this, in your face, right? So I'm going to go through this with you guys. We're going to talk about what this Sagittarius full moon is all about. But first of all, let's just get to the statistics, right? It is on June 11th, 2025, Eastern Standard Time. The full moon was exact at 3:42 a.m. on June 11th. I don't know about you all, but the night before a full moon, even sometimes a couple of nights before, and then the night before the full moon, when the full moon is, at its highest exact point, I have the worst night's sleeps. My dreams are crazy vivid and like all night long. I wake up a lot. It's just not a restful sleep at all. And it's so funny because when I remember during the day that, oh, of course, it's the last couple days leading up to the full moon, that's why I haven't been having a restful night's sleep. It's like without fail. So I'm curious, how does that affect you? The couple of days leading up to the full moon, leave something in the comments for me. Let's build this community a little and share some of our experiences. That's part of, it's not just about building community and building the channel, but, when we share our experiences, we see, oh my gosh, it's not just me. And it really strengthens our belief and our understanding of how these energies work and how they affect us. And, some will be very unique to you, of course, and some will be more universal. And I think there's so much to learn from that. So the title for this podcast today, this full moon, is What Needs to Heal. It is so expanded now, you cannot ignore it anymore. And I'm going to break this down for you. When I look at the chart, yes, it is the Sagittarius full moon. We're going to talk about Sagittarius energy, which of course is all about expansion. Full moon illuminating what you could not see before, right? Perhaps. Maybe it's a culmination. Maybe it's a graduation, a completion of something for you. But it can certainly be a full illumination of what needs to heal within you. At the end of the podcast, I will post on the screen my questions for reflection for you. And so that'll be towards the end, but we're going to discuss it in the podcast. Now, before I get into everything, breaking everything down, because it's not just the full moon in Sag. We have Chiron and Mars making an aspect, and the sun and the moon are being squared by the nodes, the north node and the south node. So we're going to break all of that down in this episode. But I do want to remind you all that I do personal readings. I do solar return chart readings, which, what is this year going to bring for you from your birthday to the next birthday? It is really one of my favorite readings to do. It is so spot on. I've had many, many clients confirm that it is so spot on, and it really is such a great guidance for them throughout the year. As we move through the different seasons with the sun, it's lighting up a certain area of your chart, and the chart for the solar return is completely different most of the time from your natal chart. The only thing that is the same, guaranteed, is the sun. It comes back to the same exact degree point when you were born. So I offer solar return readings, coaching sessions, natal chart readings, and conscious parenting chart readings and coaching sessions as well. So if you are interested in one of those, working with me one-on-one, you can pop over to my website, mysticmoonschool.com. And if you're not exactly sure, just shoot me an email and we will figure it out together. Also for you, I've created free on my website 2 offerings, 2 booklets. One is a guide to living by the moon phases. This is going to break down for you each of the 9 moon phases that we experience each and every month. So each page is a different moon phase, and it explains to you what that moon phase is all about so that you can understand and align and really work with the energies, sharpen your self-awareness around that. And then very, very specifically, the other thing that I've created for 2025 are the moon phases each and every month, the exact dates. So these 2 work together. They are companion booklets. These are free. They are digital downloads, and you print them out and you work with them each and every month. And I have had great feedback that these are really spot on, and then they are very supportive for people and really helpful. And so yeah, I've created these. They're free. Please enjoy them. Okay, so Sagittarius full moon. What needs to heal? What needs to heal within you? Because whatever it is, it's so expanded right now, it's in your face, and you cannot ignore it anymore. Okay, so let's break this down. The first thing I want to talk about is the healing part, because we have Mars in Leo at 26 degrees, exactly to the degree trining Chiron at 26 degrees in Aries, and to a lesser degree trining the moon at 20 degrees in Sagittarius. This is a grand trine in fire. Okay, so while it is not exact with the moon at the time of the full moon, it will be exact with the moon. Let me see, I'm going to move my chart a little bit further, a couple hours, just to see time of day that it's going to be exact. Let's see. So, yeah. Where's Mars? Where's Mars? There's Mars. Where's Chiron? Yep. Okay. So on June 11th at 2:42 p.m. in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, the moon, Mars, and Chiron are going to be exact at 26 degrees in a grand trine of fire energies. Okay, that means Mars is in Leo, Chiron is in Aries, and the moon is in Sagittarius, all 3 of the fire signs. And so Mars, right, in Leo is firing up your leadership in your own life. Okay? Are you a heart-led leader? Are you leading from fear? Or are you leading from love, from your heart? If you are leading from fear, this is going to feel wildly uncomfortable at this time. The fear is going to be really exacerbated, and it's not to torture you. It's to show you, I'm here, like you have power over me, your choice. Are you going to let the fear run the show? Or are you going to give fear the iPad, put it in the back seat because you're driving, right? That's what I always say. Give fear the iPad, put him in the back seat, put that seatbelt on. We don't want to harm the fear. We just want to give it something productive to do to stay out of your way so that you can focus on driving on the road ahead in your life. You drive, you decide, you choose what your vibration's going to be, what your thoughts are going to be. Don't let the fear drive. Okay? They're in the back seat. And we don't want to demonize the fear, and we don't want to shame the fear or feel guilty about the fear or beat ourselves up about the fear. We just want to put them in the back seat, let them play, doodle jump or whatever it is, because you need to drive and you can't be focused on that fear. But if you're going to shame and guilt yourself, then you're still focusing on the fear. So just be neutral. Give the fear something to do. Put them in the back seat. It's okay. We know you're just trying to protect us, but I've really got it. So just stay back there. I'm driving. Okay, because Mars and Chiron together, Chiron is the wounded healer, right? The wounded healer. We cannot be healed. We cannot embody a healing energy. We cannot show up as our healed sense of self if we haven't taken a real good long look at our own wounding. And if there is something in your life that is causing you discomfort, that is causing you emotional pain, resentment, anger, causing you frustration on a regular basis, if you are feeling guilty, if you are feeling the victim about something in your life, you're powerless, you have no control. If you have limiting beliefs like you can't do something, you're not capable, or, well, I just can only make a certain amount of money because of my education, or the markets are so bad, none of us are going to make money now. These are limiting beliefs. What is negative in your life? Let's just put it under that umbrella. That's the easiest way to start. Where are my thoughts going negative? Do I complain? Do I constantly say things like, yeah, I'm just in my broke era? Or it'll only get to this point and then, I'll have to accept that. I'll only have this much. This is lack mentality. Choose your thoughts. Your thoughts create your reality. I'm asking you what needs to heal, because Sagittarius and the full moon both are expanding and illuminating this in your life right now, in your mind, in your actual life. So if there is something that you need to clean up in your vibration, it's going to be pretty loud right now. It's going to be pretty big. And likely it has been for the last week. Just going to take a sip of my coffee right now. So let's take a moment and think about that. What's been in your face for the last week that needs to change? That is just pushing you to the brink. Because that's the thing. That's the thing for you. And so how do you heal it? Well, number one, you have to take accountability. This is your life. This is not your husband's life, your ex-husband's life, your children's life, your boss's life, your co-worker's life. It's your life. You are the creator of it. And you choose how you're going to feel, what you're going to think, how much time you're going to spend on a certain energy. So what I mean is, if something has been pressing on you, has been uncomfortable, has been causing you any level of discomfort, right? Whether it's real emotional pain, powerlessness, lack, insecurity, frustration, any of these lower vibrations, it is piping up now. And it has been for the last week. It has been growing as the moon is expanding into her fullness. So I would say for the last 5 days, definitely. I'm sorry if you can hear that noise out there. It's the street cleaner, but it should be passing now. Ah, that is not a coincidence. That's the noise. That's the noise I'm talking about. Right? What is that noise? Oh, not only that, what needs to be cleaned up? That was the street cleaner. What streets do you need to clean in your own life? Okay? And when I say streets, I mean what pathways in your mind, your belief system about you, about your life. Because whatever has been uncomfortable for the last 5 days or so, maybe more for you, it is trying so desperately to be apparent to you, for you to awaken to it, for you to take accountability for yourself. As I was saying before, it's your life. It's nobody else's life. They're going to show up however they're going to show up. And things are going to play out for you however they're going to play out. What do you have control over? What can you clean up in your vibration? This is where the work is. This is how you heal. Number one, first by taking accountability that you are creating your experience. So for example, okay, I'm going to share with you a very brief story that has happened to me in the last week and a half. And this is an example of how when you are in a fear vibration, you will call in the experience that you don't want to have. So there's someone that is a higher up where I work and is a male. And I was feeling uncomfortable because I was sensing that this person maybe was attracted to me in a physical way. And I was not feeling that. And, you know, this is my place of work, and that's just, I don't want that. Not at work, and honestly, not even in my life at this point. So, I was already building a little bit of that fear vibration day by day when he would come into the shop and kind of make his presence known. Even if it was just for a few minutes, I was feeling a little uncomfortable because of my own fear vibration around my thinking around his energy. Now, I really want to be very clear about this because for so many of you out there listening, you're going to be wanting to share with me, but Donna, that's not your fault and blah, blah, blah. What I'm trying to say to you is that I called this in because I needed to heal it. That's the accountability I'm talking about. This is my life. I am a queen of my life. I am the painter on the canvas of my life, and I am not going to give anyone the power by saying, well, it's them. No, I call in the energy that I receive from people. So let me back up. So there was some residual fear that I had within me, within my vibration, within my mind, my psyche, around receiving unwanted attention, physical / sexual attention from men. That's my own fear vibration. That's within me. And until I have awareness around that, dismantle it, heal it, and let it go, I will continue in my life to call in men that will embody that and bring it into the physical for me. Do you see what I'm saying? This is something that I needed to heal within myself. And so anyway, this person, so my fear was building over the last week and a half, just little niggles, uncomfortableness, right? Kind of dreading like, oh, is he going to come in today? right? Nothing debilitating, just little niggles. And so finally came a day, about a week into it, a week and a half into it, where this person came in and they actually made an overt comment to me that, thank goodness, nobody else that I worked with could hear, but it was overt and it was inappropriate, and it was the embodiment, the complete embodiment of my fear. And let me tell you something, it took me a minute to process this, because you see, I was still in the fear vibration. It's very challenging and difficult to be in the fear vibration and have the awareness that you're in the fear vibration. That's how strong fear is. It's no joke. And so it wasn't until I went home that evening and my older daughter had been experiencing something similar at work. The only difference is that she is the boss, and the person that was making inappropriate comments at work was someone who was an employee working for her. So there was a slight difference in the level of, authority there, but same vibration though, fear. And when I went home to talk to my daughter about this, we were both like, whoa, like, of course, me and my girls, like, we know there's no coincidences. Everything is a synchronicity. It's trying to show you, this is how the universe speaks to us, right? Here comes that street cleaner again, you guys, which tells me is that collectively we are cleaning up this vibration as you are hearing my story. And so then it wasn't until the next day, because I had been thinking about this, right? I discussed it with my daughter. We were like, whoa, what is here for us to unpack? Because there are no coincidences. It's a synchronicity. The universe is trying to alert us to something. And so when I was able to break out of my own fear mindset and vibration long enough, and that's what synchronicities can do. That's the beauty and the magic of them, is that they seem magical, right? They seem like they come out of the blue, but really they are the universe's alert system saying, hello, do you see the connection? Break out of your fear vibration and see what needs to be healed here. In this case, what needs to be healed. And so then, of course, that shook me out of my fear vibration, the beautiful synchronicity of my daughter and I experiencing this at the same time. And once I was able to put down the fear, then I was able to say, oh, okay, what's within me? Accountability first. That's the first and foremost thing. You have to be accountable. You have to say, wait, if this is my life and I'm creating my experiences, law of attraction, right? Manifestation all begins within you. Then what did I call in here and why? If I called in an experience that I don't want, that means that there is something in me that needs to be healed. End of the story. You may not want to hear that. It's the truth. And if this resonates for you, then that is what this Sagittarius full moon has been trying to show you. That's what it's all about. It has expanded for you your fear. Now, I always say fear is an umbrella, and the little raindrops of fear that can fall down are lack of self-worth, lack mentality, victim mindset, guilt, shame, resentment, anger, like the type of anger that you just carry within you all the time. These are all under the umbrella of fear, and there are more, but those are just the ones that I've rattled off the top of my head. So, general negativity, complaining, thinking the worst. The Sagittarius full moon is not playing. Why? For those of you who know, I'm a Scorpio rising. My whole first house is Scorpio because I'm a very late degree ascendant. And so, why is one of my words. That why has served me so well in my own healing journey and also my accountability, right? Why? Why is this coming up now? Because I need to heal it so that I can raise my vibration, so I can put down more of those lower vibrations. So Mars, Chiron, and the moon are trining. They are in a harmonious aspect. They are supporting you in this. They are helping you heal, to take the action, to self-advocate, to be assertive, to take the action steps, whatever that may be for you, so that you can heal the remnants of these core wounds. That's what they are. They're remnants from our core wound from when we were kids. We all have this. It's in the chart, right? Chiron's in every single one of our charts. So nobody escapes that. I always say it, right? We're in Earth School. We came here to learn. We came here to evolve. We came here to heal ourselves first and foremost. And then once we do that, we raise our vibration, and then we can step into purpose. Now, some of you may already be in your purpose, very clear about your purpose. But if that's the case, if you feel like you are living it, doesn't mean you're done with the healing. We're never done with the healing. In my viewpoint, I will be, hopefully, God willing, an old woman, 90 years old, and even up until my last breath here on earth, I will have another epiphany around my healing journey, around what I need to heal, whether that is a limiting belief, letting go of an old resentment, a feeling of guilt, any level of fear, any of it, right? So, I want to say something about purpose here too, because purpose is not necessarily your vocation. It's not necessarily an action that you take in life. It can be, certainly, and that's beautiful. But in my view, your purpose here on earth is to heal, is to evolve, so that your soul, in a human form, so that your soul can heal the karma and can evolve into higher vibrations, so that in your next incarnation, you come in even at a higher level. So that to me is our true purpose. Now that doesn't mean that you can't find work or volunteering or an art form, or tap into your talents and your gifts, and that's not part of your purpose. Those are the means to the end, right? So for example, if you find yourself being drawn to writing poetry or creating art or working in the community. These are means to the end of your purpose here, because your purpose is to evolve and to raise your vibration and to heal. And so if by creating poetry or working in the community or volunteering is helping you to do that, you see, that's the means to the end. So I really want you to just know that, honestly, if you're listening to this podcast, you're already there. You're already on the healing journey. You're already evolving. This Sagittarius full moon with Mars and Chiron making that gorgeous trine, that super harmonious, supportive energy to the moon, is really helping all of us to step into that next level of healing now. Now, I'm not saying that maybe for the last week, part of that process wasn't really being able to see whatever fear is still, ruminating within you and in your life. That's how, right? That's how we embark on the next level of healing sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. It's got to be like, Mars and Chiron like working together to be like, hello, okay, like you still have this old fear vibration. Like you guys, like I didn't know that I still had remnants of this fear vibration in me of fearing unwanted male attention, right? I didn't even know. I've been single now for like 5 years, haven't been on a date, been building my life, and really super happy and secure and loving this. I didn't even know this was in my vibration, right? Like I didn't even know that this was still lingering within me. But this Sag full moon was like, okay, Donna, you are ready. You are so ready. You are so doing all the things. So let's go in and excavate and unearth a little bit more of what needs to heal within you so that you can clean it up. You can see it. Take accountability for it. Say, I called this in because it's still within me. And so you may be wondering, how did I deal with this situation? I want to finish that story for you. So after talking to my daughter about it and realizing that she and I each called in these experiences with these individuals, these male individuals, because of our own inner fear, well then, having that clarity, taking that accountability, I was like, you know what? I am done with that shit. I am not afraid. But guess what? I'm also not angry. I'm not angry at that person. You know why? Because he came into my experience. He was a catalyst for my healing. He mirrored back to me my own frickin' fear that was in me. You see? I have no shade to throw at this individual. In fact, I have deep gratitude that he played that role. Because at the end of the day, he's going to walk through his life playing that role until he cleans it up on his side of the street. But for me, our paths crossed so that he could mirror back to me my own fear, the stuff within me and my own wounding that I needed to clean up. So the next day I went into work with a very different mindset and vibration. I kept repeating the mantra to myself. That evening, and then going into my next day, going into work, I am a queen. And I command and expect respect from everyone, especially men who come into my sphere. Men who come into my experience feel the energy of respect, that queen energy that commands respect. That is the vibration that I began to embody, because I said, you know what? No more fear. I put you in the back seat. I'm done with that. That was a younger version of me, and I love her, and I hold her in love and loving embrace. But that is not me anymore. I am a queen in my own life. And everywhere I go, people respect me. They respect me for my wisdom. They respect me for my kindness. They respect me for my capabilities and my intelligence. They respect me for my style and my grace and so many other things. And as I continue to move through my day, through my week, this is what I keep reminding myself in a very in a very tangible way. Like, I literally say these things out loud to myself, okay? Because that's how you bring the awareness to the forefront. Affirmations, I love them. Affirmations are not just, these empty things. If you have the awareness that you are saying these things to rewrite your script, then they're very powerful. So that is how I healed it. And you know what my proof was? That next day, I swear to you, I'm not making this up. I was in work. I was alone. And my younger daughter came in to visit me. And we were sitting at the couch at my shop. And we were having a little lunch and a little chat. And this individual, this man, came in to the shop. And he came in and I introduced him to my daughter. And he was so polite and respectful to me. And you might be sitting there saying, well, of course he was, Donna. Your daughter was there. And I will say to you, of course she was. Don't you see? There are no coincidences. He could have come in an hour before when I was alone in the shop, or an hour after my daughter had left and I would have been alone in the shop. He came in when my daughter was there. He saw me as a mother, and he was polite, and he was respectful. I called that in. I shifted my own vibration, and I created a scenario where he now saw me in a different light. He saw me as a mother. So I take accountability for everything I create in my life, wanted and unwanted. There are no mere coincidences. And so that is how the story ends. I am going to now shift for you to the last page here. Questions for reflection. You know what? Before I do that, I just want to mention that this sun and moon, Sagittarius full moon, which means the sun is in Gemini in one area of your chart and the moon is in Sagittarius across the chart. Remember, sister signs with a full moon. These two areas of your chart are being illuminated. But the nodes of fate are squaring the sun and the moon. This means that all of us are dealing with this energy that I've been talking to you about. This is not just you. This is not just me. This is the collective. That's what the nodes are trying to alert us to. We are all ready. You are ready. What needs to heal in you? That's what I wrote here. What negativity, victim mentality, feelings of rejection, abandonment, resentment, guilt, shame, insecurity, lack of self-worth, disconnection from your own intuition, limiting beliefs, anything that is still in a lower vibration in your mind, your body, or your heart. That's what's been coming up for you to alert you that it's time to heal it, and you are ready. You are being guided to integrate more consistently your higher levels of vibration now. We all are. That's why the nodes of fate are squaring the sun and moon. This is a collective journey as well as an individual one. I hope that this podcast has been validating for you, that it acknowledges something that you've been working on, that you've been facing. What I came to tell you here today is that you are so ready for it. You are so capable. Be empowered. Take accountability. Own it. Don't look to somebody else to change, to show up differently. That is giving your power away. That is not being the artist on the canvas of your own life. If you don't like how somebody else is showing up, then shift your own vibration. It's that simple, and it's that effective. This is not woo-woo. This is real. This is how it works. And my story, I hope, has given you a really tangible example of that. Please let me know in the comments how this is resonating for you. Share your story. What's been coming up with you? What fears have been coming into your experience? Do you feel you're ready to heal this now? Did something open up for you from this podcast that you can see now, that you can understand now? I would just love to hear from any and all of you. And I'm wishing you so much power and empowerment, and you've got this. I want to thank you for your time, for your energy, for your honesty, for your openness, and just thank you. Thank you for being here. And I don't mean just at the podcast, I mean on earth at this time, for being on this healing journey. Because for every single one of us, in every little micro healing moment, we are shifting the vibration of the planet. It ripples out. Please keep going. I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you soon under the moon. Bye-bye for now.